Welcome back to my video. So this week we will discuss how to apply patent in India and various general information related to that. What are the various forms to be filled and what are the timeline, because not just one form that you have to fill, and you have to fill several form, and it's a long timeline. So we will see that and hope this video will be helpful to you. So first question that we all have is that what is the validity time of Indian patent, and that is 20 years. That means if you have a patent that had been published or means granted by the Indian Patent Office, so that validity of that patent or the the protection of your invention, that someone cannot copy that, so that will be for 20 years. And I believe that if you want to extend that, that is also possible. But that is 20 years actually. And second question you may have is that, very simple question, and I think I used to also have this silly question, is that whether having an Indian patent gives you the worldwide protection or not. That is not true, and I think that is not true for any kind of patent means patent from other countries also. So if you want your invention to be protected in USA or China or Europe, then you need to apply patent in those countries. That is possible. As an Indian, you can do that. That's true. And I think there was something called PCT, so we'll discuss that thing later. So that gives you some protection in 150 countries. So I'm not sure whether those 150 country includes USA and Europe and these places, so I'm not really sure about that. Now one of the major question that we all must have is that whether there is a provision, there is a restriction on publishing any of the result related to the patent to any journal paper or not. And I think in Indian context, or it is not true. That means you need to publish for the patent first, and then maybe it is possible to publish the journal paper, but you are not supposed to disclose your invention to any journal or any, even in conferences also. But there are some provisions, but I'm not really sure whether that apply to the case of academia. But for that you need to read chapter 6 of Act, section 29 to 34. But I had seen that in a lot of US patent they have some paper, journal paper, and as well as same content in US patent. So I wonder maybe they have some different rule, but I'm not really sure. But at least in Indian case they had mentioned it, that the patent should be the priority, and then you can, or that's also not written here. That means patent, I mean, the only thing that is clear from here is that you can't apply, or sorry, you can't submit any of your result to the journal paper which is related to your patent application. Now the application procedure mostly, I mean, nowadays it is online, but you can go to the office also. Now so I think the procedure is that after you apply it, I think after some time they will report it, or they will list it in the website that these are the application, but it's not approved, the patent is not granted, but it is been applied, something like that. I am just assuming there is something like that, and I think there is a timeline for that also. So the information relating to patent application is published in the Patent Office Journal, issued on every Friday. This is also available in electronic form in the website of the Patent Office, www.ipindia.gov.in. Yeah, so I'm not really sure, but we'll be we'll have a clear view in the later part of the video. I hope so. Yeah, the first other thing is that the patent journal office journal, what other information it contains. So patent office journal contains information relating to patent applications which are published, um, 11A something, I don't know what it means. Post grant publication, restoration of patent, notifications, list of non-working patents, and public notices issued by patent office. Restoration of patent, I think that means that any after 20 years, if that had been renewed or something like that, most probably. Notification, I don't know. And I think published 11As, that may be something that I will be able to tell you later part of the video. Yeah, now how can I apply for patent? Very simple question. A patent application can be filed with Indian Patent Office either with provisional specification or with a complete specification along with fee as prescribed in Schedule 1. So provisional specification means basically, let's say you work on something. I think it depends on industrial things, or maybe something more of a different aspect. In academia, I guess most of us apply for patent um, with a complete specification, rather than provisional means actually there is some sort of competition going on, and so you just want to make sure that you submitted it early, and then you can have 1 year time to get the whole thing done, and and give the whole information. So in case of application is filed with provisional specification, then one has to file complete specification within 12 months from the date of filing of the provisional application. There is no further extension of time to file complete specification after expiry of said period. How can one register for online filing of patent application? To register for filing of patent application, the user is required to obtain the class 2 or 3 digital signature. So this is something related to the technicality that I will I myself didn't understand it, but I think very important to know because this thing needed to be done. After obtaining the digital signature, the user can register himself on the CGPDTM website by creating his user ID and password. How to obtain digital signature? The digital signatures can be obtained from the certifying authorities empaneled by Controller of Certifying Authorities of India, and who are integrated with the e-filing system of Patent Office. List of such CAs, or that means certifying authorities, is available on the website of Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, and include there was an web link provided here. So I'm reading from the there is a PDF that I downloaded from the website, so I will share the link in the end of the video so you can see it, and this link is at the 19th question of this document. Yeah, interestingly, the two languages through which you can apply, you can write your patent actually. That's what I feel like is Hindi and English. Now we in multicultural country like India, we may think that, oh yeah, why not in Bengali, why not in Oriya, why not in some South Indian language and all this thing, but I think it depends on the fact that whether you have the patent examiners that also needed to be found with that particular language, and which may be not easy to found, and at the same time also a lot of writing that you may want to do I mean, especially in academia, hard science, there is no equivalent words for a lot of scientific nomenclatures and all this thing in our local language. So, and hardly, I guess, after college, or not even in college also, we don't read in every most of us read in English, in science, and maybe in arts we do read in our local languages, but at least in science we have to, because there is no such books, and the curriculums are not yeah, and there are a lot of maybe other restrictions. So yeah, so maybe here we don't have to think this particular thing, that that there is no other language, regional languages are not available, so this is bad and all this thing. No, there may be some other reasons for that. Now, very important thing we will discuss, that is the what are the types of applications. There are various types of application, and here we will discuss more importantly the international application, and that is something very interesting to know. So the first type is provisional application. So I will read it from the document itself. Indian patent law follows first to file system. A provisional application is an application which can be filed if the invention is still under examination stage. Filing a provisional specification provides the advantage to the inventor, since it helps in establishing a priority date of the invention. Further, the inventor gets 12 months time to fully develop the invention and ascertain its market potential, and to file the complete specification. So I think provisional application, as I had judged it, that it not related to more in academia, but more related to the industry patents. Now, second type of application is called ordinary application. So from the name itself, it should be clear. An application of patent filed in patent office without claiming any priority either in an convention country, or without any reference to any other earlier application under process in the office. Such type application known as ordinary applications. I think I haven't understand it either. I mean, I haven't understand what that mean. An application for patent filed in patent office without claiming any priority either in an convention country, or any reference to any earlier application under process is in the office. I think it's talking about first time you're filing something, maybe related to that. I'm not really sure. So these are the things I am, as you can understand, I am also learning with you. So yeah, if I get something related to this more clear information, I will certainly going to share in the upcoming videos. So let's move ahead. Third topic is convention application. An application for patent filed in patent office claiming a priority date based on the same or substantially similar application filed in one or more of the convention countries is known as convention application. In order to get convention status, an applicant should file the application in the Indian Patent Office within 12 months from the date of first filing of a similar application in the convention country. So it is related to most probably international patent or something, that that you had applied that thing in other countries. So who knows, I'm not really sure, most probably something like that. Okay, so now fourth topic, PCT international application. So this is more important, I think, at least very interesting. An application filed in India as receiving office under Patent Cooperation Treaty is an international application which can be filed in more than 150 countries by a single application. Okay, so that's the only information given here. So, but that's sad, I think it's not been cleared, but anyway. Now next category is PCT, national phase application. When an international application is made according to PCT designating India, an applicant can file the national phase application in India within 31 months from the international filing date or the priority date, whichever is earlier. Again, not clear, but anyway, let's move ahead. Patent of addition: when an invention is a slight modification of the earlier invention from which he has already applied for or has obtained patents, the applicant can go for patent of addition if the modification in the invention is new. One of the benefits of filing patent of addition is that there no need to pay separate renewal fee for patent of addition during the term of the main patent, and it expires along with the main patent. Okay, that's understandable. Divisional application: when an application claims more than one invention, the applicant on his own or to meet the official objection on the ground of plurality or distinct invention may divide the application and file two or more applications as the case may be for each of the inventions. This type of application divided out of the parent one is known as divisional application. The priority date for all the divisional applications will be same as that of the parent application. Okay, so that these are all the 7 types of different types of patent application that you can file in India. So I think for us, I think it is the ordinary application. PCT, although I was interested in knowing much in detailed way, but at least in this document it's not given, so maybe I will have to make a separate video or something separate into that. Now, next question will be like, is it necessary to file a provisional application? Generally, when an invention is not complete, an application can be filed with provisional specification, which is known as provisional application. So I think this is same, like, it's more related to industry maybe, or some in academic domain where there are a lot of competition, or maybe it's related to the person itself. If he or she wants to apply for it, then I think it's available, the category is available for him or her also. When is an application for patent published? Every public application for patent is published after expiry of 18 months from the date of its filing or priority date, whichever is earlier. Now, this is something important. The patent granting will take a lot of time, but if you apply for a patent and if it is in the process, like, there are some provision also, like if it is not in the process because there was some technical problem, etc., then of course it will not be published. But then if it is in the process, then they will publish within 18 months, not the fact that it is granted or something, but they will list it that these patents are being filed with this name or maybe abstract, who knows. And so however, the following applications are not published. So the provision, that means the cases where you file it but then it's still not published after 18 months, is that application in which secrecy direction is imposed. That means you may say that I don't want to disclose anything, so that may be the case. Application which has been abandoned 9.1, that is, and when a provisional application has been filed and the complete application not been filed within 12 months from the filing of the provisional application. Okay, so that's understandable because that will make it null and void. Application which has been withdrawn 3 months prior to 18 months. Okay, so withdrawn procedure is also there. So yeah. Next question will be like, you can ask that, is there any provision in the Patent Act for early publication? That means, okay, so I don't want to wait for 18 months. I want to let my competitors, specifically this is true in industry maybe, that that this is what I already had invented, so I made it first, so let's you should not be applying any patent right now, because or similar this kind of invention, if you're thinking, then let's not do that because I already done that. So that kind of a scenario, yes, the applicant can make a request for early publication in Form 9 along with the prescribed fee. Now, other very important technical thing, where what are the forms required to be filed or field for filing a patent application in India? So there are two form 1 and form 2. So form 1 is related to requesting for filing an application, so that may be some generic form where you need to fill up your detail and institute and all this thing maybe. And form 2 is about provisional or a complete specification with drawings, if any, and also abstract needed to be given. And sometimes a lot of people file their patent through registered patent agent, and I think in a lot of big institutes it is actually the patent office. They have the technology transfer office, they may have the patent agents, they do the thing maybe, I'm just assuming. So in that case there are some little bit different procedures. So a power of authority in favor of the said agent in form 26 is also required. Yeah, there may be other technical details, you need to just go through the process, see the website. And so that's all about this slide. Now more general questions. So one question you may have is that if I apply patent, whether it will be examined automatically or not. That means whether it will, from a journal articles terminology, whether it will go for review or not. And in this case, not just it's not review, it's called examination, whether it will go through the examination or not. So it will not go, the answer is it will not go to the examination phase. So you have to apply separately for that, and there is a timeline for that. So what the document says is that a patent application is not examined automatically after its filing. The examination is done only after receipt of request of examination in Form 18, either from the applicant or from third party, or Form 18A for expedited examination under conditions as prescribed in the rules. The expedited examination is something different, so we'll not go into that detail, unnecessary detail. You may, if you want, you can go into those topics also. Now other question will be when can the request for examination be filed? The request for examination can be filed within a period of 48 months from the date of priority or date of filing of application, whichever is earlier. So 48 months that means 4 years. So that's a long time, and I wonder why this is being given like an option, like I am filing for a patent and I want that my patent to be examined. Of course, if I am filing for a patent, it should go for review or examination should happen, but I am not really sure. So maybe I will know about this more in later time. So yeah. Now further questions will be what happens to a patent application once it is examined. This is more important for us. So just like a journal article, the way it goes through, review, and then you have to reply to the reviewers and all this thing. Here also, after examination, the patent office issues an examination report to the applicant, which is generally known as first examination report. Thereafter, the applicant is required to comply with the requirements within a period of 6 months from the date of FER, which can be extended by 3 months. In case the application is found to be in order of grant, order for the grant, the patent is granted provided there no pre-grant opposition in filing or pending. Pre-grant opposition is filed or pending. So pre-grant opposition, I think that is something also I'm not really sure. So we'll discuss about that thing, but I will be honest that I don't understand about totally. So it's most probably seems like that, okay, so you apply for the patent, and the first thing the patent office will do is they publish that the fact that you applied this patent and may have some more information related to that, and that is prior to examination, and then that document is public actually. So after publication, and then I think depending on that, people will see, and different party can actually oppose to that patent, that they can say that, oh yeah, I had actually a patent like this, so it's infringement or something else. Maybe this is kind of thing like that, but I'm not really sure. I'll know about more about it later. Is there provision for extension beyond time limit of 9 months? No. So basically you will get 6 months, and then it can be extended to 9 months for replying to the first examination report, and beyond that there is no time. So your application is will be declined if you are not able to complete your reply within 9 months. So that's I don't know why, but I think maybe some reason for that, because in generally there is in journal article, there is most of the journal doesn't have that kind of strict rule. Depending on the type of reviewing needed, the timeline can go long actually. So anyway, maybe some specific reason for that. What is the time limit for filing representation for pre-grant opposition? The representation for pre-grant opposition, that means pre-grant opposition means you are opposing to the patent before the grant for the patent had happened. That means patent is granted. So at least literally this is what I can understand. A representation for pre-grant opposition under section 251 of Patents Act 1970 can be filed on Form 7A within 6 months from the date of publication of the application, 11A, or before grant of patent. So as I have said, just a little ago, that it's basically before. As a third party, you will know about certain other that this is the patent had been filed, and I think and you may have some reason to oppose that. So I think this is more true in the industrial domain, and but I'm not really sure 100% what this is exactly what it means. So yeah, what is the timeline of time limit for filing post grant opposition in the patent office? So post grant means after patent had been granted, then also you will be able to file an opposition. So the time for filing post grant opposition is 12 months from the date of publication of the grant of patent in the official journal of the patent office. So 1 year actually. Before that you have to apply. So that's all about the general information, and then after that we will go through more specific or an overview type discussion, that what are the timeline of patent application. Yeah. Now so this is more of a overview information about the rough timeline. So as we know that that there are two options. You can file the patent and you can submit your full specification and all this thing, or you can actually provide a provisional specification, and in that case you have to submit the rest of the full specification within 1 year, that means 12 months. There is something, so, and that is through form 2, and there is something called statement and an undertaking regarding foreign application. So this is something I am also interested to know. I think I didn't understand to fullest about this, what it really means, PCT or PTC, something like that. Anyway, so for that is related to Form 3. I mean, what I can say with some certainty, that it is related to the fact that you are applying patent in a such a way that will be valid to 150 countries. Now, of course, I don't know what those 150 countries are, but there is a concept of worldwide patent, but I don't know how that will work, or what are the extra procedure will be. But anyway, so for if you want that, then you have to file it within 6 months after the application. Yeah, request for examination, and that needed to be filed through Form 18, and that needed to be filed after application of 8 months. 8 months after application. Declaration of inventorship, Form 5, 1 month from complete specification filing. Yeah, so inventorship is simple as the author list, and so in patent, unlike journal article, there is something concept of who is applying for the patent. That means who will be the owner of the granted patent, if it is granted, and that is in general is the university or the company you are working. So unless you have your own company, then of course you are the owner of it, but and also as well as inventor, but in generally that is not the case. So if you are working in a university or company, then it's actually the owner of the patent will be your company or university respectively, and then and you will be the inventor. And of course inventor list, as we know, then journal article list of author can change, so here also list of inventors can change after provisional specification filing. So so the final list final inventorship list may be needed to be finalized is within 1 month from the complete specification filing. What is the time for to reply to the first examination report? That is in general 6 months, and that can be extended to 3 months. That means 6 plus 3, 9 months, and after that you will not get any extension. There is something called pre-grant opposition that we are discussing, and that is through Form 7A, and after publication of application and before grant of the patent. I think that is mostly related to industry maybe. And pre-grant opposition, Form 7, 1 year from the publication of grant of patent. Okay, so reference to deposit of biological materials. We know that for specific patents there may be a need for submitting your sample, maybe something like that maybe, and that needed to be done within 3 months from filing application. Furnishing information relating to working of patent, Form 27. Now this is very interesting. So it just gives me some sense that maybe it's not, the patent is not a dead thing. It's more of a GitHub project where in GitHub project you can update it and you can change it and all these things. So it seems like that actually. So each year before 31st March you can apply for change, something like that. So it will be very interesting to know, but as a piece of information I'm providing this thing here. And this is the life cycle of a patent. So first you file a patent, and if it is an incomplete specification case, then it will you will have some time to you have time to submit it within 12 months, and if you submit it, then it will go through the usual procedure, or it can be a complete specification application, and then it will directly go to the usual procedure. And then from I think in between somewhere, so there will be publication, and then after publication there will be pre-grant opposition phase will open. That means others can oppose to your patent, something like that. And then you'll have to, from your side, you have to apply for examination through form 18, and then that will go through the examination, and then examiner will provide you the report, and then you have to apply for then you have to reply to that report, and then if it is satisfactory, then patent will be granted. If not, then it will be abandoned. That means it will be cancelled. And there are other things like if you haven't provided the provisional specification, complete specification within 12 months, then it will be abandoned. And also there is something called expedited examination for startup. Applicant has indicated India as ESA or IPEA in the corresponding international application for patentability and other requirement under the Act. So this is something I don't know. Most probably this is not really related to the academics cases. Yeah, re-examination is always there. That means if you think that the examination reports are not justified, so then you can apply for that. So at least it is written here. So I don't know about the detail, but there must be some way to do that. Yeah, so that's all about the life cycle of the patent, and I hope I had provided more of a general overview of how one can apply for patent and what are the various phases, and hope this video will be helpful to you. This is the reference, web link from where I download this document, and I made this video depending on the first part of the document, and the information provided in the later part, so I'll make a separate video for that. So this is basically from the, as you can see, it's the Indian Patent Office portal. So yeah, and mind you, this is 2020 document, so there had been a lot of changes that had been made, and maybe the timeline that I had discussed may not, maybe it is maybe rescheduled, or maybe they have made it more faster processing sort of thing, who knows. So yeah, so we will know about those things in later videos. So if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. See you in the next week. Bye bye.